Alright, let's go obtain a key. No, this is not what we're doing, actually. Go to Balmora Valley and talk to Mills. Let me take a look here and see what we're doing. Wait a minute. Is there a quest we were supposed to pick up and we just did not? Or is this the captain? I think this is the captain.
Outlander, over here! Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Vaya must be going through right now, but she shouldn't be alone. That's why I came looking for you.
Why me? Is there Naryu with her?
Naryu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities. Understand? She left me to keep Vaya company, but I'm not very good at spouting words of comfort and solace. Unless I can kill something, I'm very good at that.
So you want me to talk to Vaya?
You do understand. And now you implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. Good to know even the Mother of Blades can be wrong. Vaya's upset, and not just about her brother. She wanted to go with Naryu.
Alright, I'll go talk to Vaya.
One other thing. Naryu's job concerns House Redoran. That's why she didn't want Vaya to accompany her on this one. Vaya's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything. So keep your head low and try not to upset her.
Sounds like you had some experience getting on Vaya's bad side.
I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Women, especially, find me exasperating. Irresistible, but exasperating. It's a gift.
Goodbye. Okay, let's talk to Vaya.
Get out of here, Ashur. I don't need a nursemaid, no matter what Naryu might think. Oh, it's you. Sorry about that. Did Ashur send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is gonna find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not mad at you. I'm just annoyed at everybody right now.
Do you want me to leave?
No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ald'ruhn in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark, hiding, that's not gonna solve anything.
But Naryu told you to stay here.
I know, but Naryu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The counselor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Naryu executes the writ. Do this for me, and I promise to stay here.
Alright, where can I find Naryu?
Well, Naryu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Vvardenfell Manor, out in the swamp. Not far from that smelly cave, actually.
Alright, I'll go to Vvardenfell Manor and see if we can delay Naryu's kill long enough to learn anything.
I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Vvardenfell Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy.
I told your father what happened to Ald'ruhn.
You did? How did he take it? I mean, he didn't know that my brother was dead.
He didn't know and he seemed as upset as you over the news.
Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else did he say? Did he know that Ald'ruhn had been banished?
He told Ald'ruhn to go to the mainland. He didn't expect him to turn to the Ashlanders for shelter.
He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tong. At least Naryu understands me. Mostly.
Your father said you should avoid the House Redrun until he can sort out what happened.
I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
Have you given any thought to your brother's message?
Brivens as stubborn as my father.
We messed that up. Okay, let's go to Arenim Manor. I'm not sure where Arenim Manor is gonna be, but I guess we'll find out.
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vare to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way?
Well, Vare stayed in Balmora. She wants me to see what your target knows about Ald'ruhn's exile and murder.
I know Vare wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help.
What do you need me to do?
First, don't kill any Redruns. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Ald'ruhn's exile, while I figure out how to deal with the Counselor.
Alright, I'll see what I can turn up.
We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morrowind tongue will have my head.
Okay. As you all know, we're not very good at stealth. It says avoid killing Redrun soldiers. That's a lot of them. That's quite a lot of them. We have to figure out a way to get past them somehow. I'm gonna try to hope that we can find a hole in the wall somewhere. We may end up going all the way around this building for nothing. The only problem is that if we get spotted and somebody attacks us, my pets are just going to kill them. They will not need my permission to do anything. They'll just attack. We're gonna get caught. There's no way we get in. There's no way we get in without being spotted.
I try not to be superstitious. That brings bad luck.
Yeah, who the hell places a lore book right there?
The front door's guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks.
Good thinking. You're like, why would you place a lore book right there, where it's obvious we cannot stop to read it?
This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Yeah, they're gonna get killed by the pets. Nothing we can do about that, so I suggest we just keep moving. Why do we keep jumping out?
Superstitious. That brings bad luck.
We should throw dice for gold. Interested?
Okay, we've done okay so far. We still haven't killed anybody. I guess mostly because I didn't stick around long enough for the pets to do that.
See what you can find pertaining to Ald'ruhn. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvar's name on them.
Oh, come on.
That's what he said.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions.
Maybe we can try to read that quickly. Guess how do we sneak past somebody who's sitting here just like that?
Only the dead will see an end.
Okay, there's a couple of books in here. Let's take a look. We've read that. Oops, there is a soldier there. Housekin, please be advised that the following groups and organizations will be... You know what? We cannot stand here to read. We'll get caught. That's so unfairly put there.
So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morag Tong? Fat look how good that's going to do the counselor.
Yeah, if we try to start reading anything, we're gonna get caught. So let's just keep moving. Let's see, letter to Counselor Dolvar. Is there anybody on the... No, we're alone here, so we can read this. Counselor Dolvara, the unfortunate events surrounding the demotion and subsequent banishment of Ald'ruhn Relith have left the High Council extremely disappointed. This isn't what we expected from the promising son of an old and respected family. Your report detailing Ald'ruhn's trial, while informative, did nothing to alleviate our concerns. In light of what occurred, the High Council requests a favor from you. First, since you often I guess I'm getting tired. First, since you often operate in the Balmora region, we would like you to monitor Counselor Iris's actions for the relative future. We have every faith in Counselor Iris, but Ald'ruhn is his son after all. Add to that the disturbing news about his daughter and the Morag Tong, and you can see why we have concerns. Second, since the promotion of Briv and Malrum to the rank of Captain and Command of Redoran's Western forces, we have received troubling reports of the unauthorized escalation of the use of mercenary companies, specifically Ferhara's war clause. Contract soldiers are expected to abide by all house laws and regulations, but Ferrara mercenaries tend to deviate from the standard practices on a frequent basis. We especially dislike hearing reports of excessive violence with regards to the treatment of Ashlanders. Harsh treatment, as you know, must always be authorized. Use your connection and personal relationship with the Relith family to urge Counselor Eris to get his affairs in order. We'd appreciate it if the disquiet in Balmora settled down before the upcoming council meeting. High Counselor Mariath.
Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Counselor might actually know something about Ald'ruhn. So Counselor Dolvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum.
Don't we need to find out what she knows about Ald'ruhn?
Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case. Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Vea and performing my duty as a Morag Tong.
What do you think about the information we found?
We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmora. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvara was present when Ald'ruhn was exiled. Not a bad haul.
And all that means?
That means we have to get Dolvara to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvara wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let her seduce you into doing something stupid before I end her.
Alright, so we have to confront Counselor Dolvara.
Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, come closer so we can celebrate our partnership in a proper fashion.
Oh, the seductress, isn't she? I can already hear her working on us in the way she's talking. The Natotambu of Yakuda. Centuries ago, before the Ragada crossed the sea to the land upon the breaches of Hammerfell, the ancestors of the modern Regard people lived upon the continent of Yakuda. The ruling body of the Yakudan people, known as the Natotambu, was the Council of Kings whose respective nations birthed magnificent advances in metallurgy, agriculture, and shipbuilding, unknown even in modern times. When the continent of Yakuda sank beneath the waves in a great cataclysm, the Natotambu moved their system of government and surviving people across the sea in the fearsome Ragada. Even as depleted as they were by the Cataclysm, the Red Guards slashed through the deserts and hills to establish their nation anew, conquering Breton, Altmer, and Orc with little trouble. As the decades passed, the influence of Natotambu faded and Red Guard society split into two primary cultural factions. The Four Bears, generally considered the more adaptable of the two, opened trade with former enemies and maintained the coastal ports. Inland, the Crown still had much of the power and strongly adhered to the ancient Yokudan tenets. Despite this fanatical veneration, much Yokudan knowledge was lost to time and feuds between the factions. The eldest Crown scholars scathingly chide the modern Red Guards as mere cultural shadows of their ancestors. Okay, let's continue. Temples of the Dragon Cult, we read that. Okay, let's talk to the counselor.
Well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you to seal our partnership, you understand?
What on earth are you talking about? I'd love to spend some time with you, but first, why didn't you tell me about Ald'ruhn Relith?
The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ald'ruhn was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him.
So who tested Ald'ruhn and who killed him?
Ald'ruhn's dead. I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ald'ruhn's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
Oh, nothing. I was just curious. Now, weren't we about to get to know each other a little better?
You aren't clever enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence. Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ald'ruhn.
I don't know. The Morag Tongue and the Dark Brotherhood.
Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ald'ruhn.
My dearest Dolvara, your efforts on behalf of House Lalu in regards to our interest in Balmora excite me to no end. Best to keep the houses on equal footing, and what better way to accomplish that than by mutual trust and cooperation between two influential insiders. The information you passed along was exceedingly helpful. Take this beautiful collection of jewels as a thank you. Hopefully they'll keep you enthralled until my next visit. Speaking of visits, our mutual associates in House Drez have agreed to finally meet with you face to face. I'm sure the same charms you used to captivate me will have a similar effect on the Drez agent. Once you get to know each other a little better, I have no doubt that you'll be able to improve the slave trade 100-fold. Why let the tribunal and the few packed rules get in the way of profit and our cherished way of life? Of Lela.
More proof that Dolvara was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez.
Councillor Dolvara. Thanks to your impressive recommendation, I've been given command of our forces in the Balmora region and promoted to the rank of captain. Remind me that I owe you the next time I can get away from my duties for an hour or two. I've taken the liberty of reassigning most of the soldiers previously under Ald'ruhn's command in order to provide them with a chance to start fresh under the new regime. Only Vatalo Talem's squad remains intact. They were with Ald'ruhn on the day of the incident, and I want to personally debrief them before I make any sweeping changes. In the meantime, I've sent them to scout the old fort west of Balmora to keep them busy. Also, I wanted to thank you for reconnecting me with Fahara and her mercenary unit. I worked with them in the past, but they've been a godsend for bolstering our presence in contested territory. Here's the rest of the unit assignments in case you're interested. The rest of the letter contains a list of various soldiers and unit assignments.
That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ald'ruhn's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices.
It sounds like the captain is spreading Ald'ruhn's soldiers to the four winds to make a fresh start.
Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear.
Should I let Vare know what we discovered?
I suppose. She's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redoran Magister's face when I tell him what his counselor was up to.
Okay, we'll talk to Vea. Where is Vea? I think she's back,
That's what he said.
We're not able to open this door. Okay, there we go. Come on. Wow. What the hell? Okay. I guess the game is having a little bit of a problem there. Quite a number of things are broken. I can't even call our ride. Yeah, something is definitely going on. I mean, we have a bounty of 429, so what was the point of not killing anyone?
Halt, Fetcher! Maybe your small mind can understand if I speak slowly. I'm here to... Fine. Now get
Yeah,
your
it
stick
was just
away
not
from
worth it.
me. Even if you hadn't destroyed those shipments, I'm sure the Tribune...
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing can change that.
We know where to find the soldiers who were with Ald'ruhn the day of the incident.
What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redoran honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk.
I don't think you should leave the safe house until Naryu gets back.
More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redoran soldiers, Ashlanders, whoever it is, they need to pay.
We discovered that Captain Briven might have had a role in Ald'ruhn's troubles.
Briven was Oren's best friend. Did he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father, and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Ashur, you might be the only friend I have left. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me.
Well, we have Vatola Telem squad. They're scouting the old fort, but I really think we should wait for Naryu.
There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince.
A few more Mormons.
We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort. I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way.
Alright, I'll help you find the soldiers.
Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oran's death soon. Then blood will flow.
Don't you need a writ to kill someone?
As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, to find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tong won't care about that.
I thought Naryu was responsible for your actions.
That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Naryu, not you, and certainly not me.
Don't force me to choose between you and Naryu.
No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ald'ruhn. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled.
Do you know Vatola Telem?
I know Vatala. He's a typical Redoran soldier, loyal to a fault, always spouting nonsense about house and honor above all. He was devoted to my brother, though. Ald'ruhn considered him to be one of his best.
Why didn't Vatola stand up for Ald'ruhn?
Ald'ruhn had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told Vatala and his soldiers to remain quiet. Decided to take responsibility and save them any heartache. I hope these soldiers remember that when we find them.
Alright, we're about half an hour in, so we're gonna take a break here. And when we come back, we'll pick up with more Elder Scrolls Online.